Alright, so we're gonna take a look at this replay. I've never done anything like this before, it's the first time doing it, but I'm gonna be taking a look at a replay of somebody who is, I believe, either Bronze 3 or Bronze 2. I have not checked his rank yet, but, you know, Bronze 3 and Bronze 2 is kind of the same thing, you know? Bronze is bronze. People play the same all throughout that rank, so it doesn't really matter like if it's Bronze 3 or Bronze 2. We're going to be taking a look at a Bronze Magic player. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I haven't played ranked so far this season, but I have hit Celestial 3 in the last season. So, and I've got there primarily by playing Magic. So I kind of have an idea on how to play Magic, and I believe that I can also help somebody climb with Magic as well. So if you guys want to have your Magic or your Psylocke or any other hero you play, primarily DPS, be sure to post your replays down below. But without further ado, let us get started. Okay, so he's got the winter skin, which looks nice. I kind of like that. But the first thing we gotta talk about is the crosshair, because that crosshair, oof. I mean, it's rough, man. I mean, like, I'll share a pretty good crosshair in a moment, but let me see what the other Magic has as far as crosshair is concerned. That freaking name, by the way, is, yeah. I hope you diff this Magic, that's all I'm gonna say. That's a wild name. But he hasn't, actually, does he have a crosshair? No, he doesn't have a crosshair at all. Does he? Oh, he does have a crosshair. So it's like the default circle one. But, that crosshair, though, is wild. I don't know how I feel about that. Personally, I don't think you need a crosshair in Magic, or you could just use a dot, but like, you could also use a custom one, which actually can be helpful, and I'll share that one in a moment, but let's just see how the gameplay goes. So, I don't know, as far as team comp is concerned, you got one tank, so you have this Emma, who's solo tanking, which, she's not the best solo tank, but it could work. It can work. I will say it's probably better to solo tank with her than solo tank with Hulk. Of course, you know, assuming both players have the same skill. You got 3 DPSs, you got Punisher, Magic, and a, what do you call it, Scarlet Witch. So, you know, Scarlet Witch is, so it's kind of almost like a dive comp, except for the Punisher, who doesn't have a rocket, which kind of hurts in my opinion. I think if you're gonna run Punisher, you should have a rocket raccoon. Otherwise, you're missing out on a lot of value, because one thing the Punisher can do when he has a rocket is use infinite ammo. And with a Hulk, you guys would have won this game very easily if somebody on your team went rocket and gave this Punisher infinite ammo. This guy, they would have been forced to switch to a shield tank and double tank, or they would just get steamrolled the whole time. So it's just important to know, like, team compositions. And then you got Invisible Woman, who's a good support, and then you got Mantis, who has taken a lot of nerfs this season. She's not that good of a healer in terms of double healing. I think she's good in triple support, but double support, I would say Luna or Cloak and Dagger would be a way better choice. Loki wouldn't be a bad one either, but yeah, Mantis is kind of hard. I would say Rocket would be pretty good as well, even if you didn't have a Punisher. But I would say Rocket would have been 10 times better than Mantis. But yeah, but they also have a Mantis as well as an Adam Warlock, which, in my opinion, is almost like a throw pick. So you guys pretty much have, despite the lack of team comp, I would say you guys have the advantage over them, because they have a Adam Warlock who's like more of a DPS healer. So You guys should have the advantage there. Anyways, let's see how this match starts out. So we can hear there's a Hulk out, somebody outside. When you hear jumps like that, when you hear web slingings, okay, so you just go out like that. Okay. So first of all, good job not rushing in. That's a good thing. I like to see that. But then it's like, okay, you're coming out here. You know, you throw your sword into a wall. It happens. That's just typical Magic things. But but yeah, when it comes to engaging, you don't want to engage like that, and I'll tell you why. The reason why you don't want to engage like this is because, so like, this is you right here. Okay, so actually your positioning isn't terrible. I would say, so yeah, so far nothing's really happening here. Okay, so I see you try to do the dash again. How do I go back to player? Okay, so you do the dash. Oh, I see you know that attack, which is pretty good. Okay, so I think right now you don't really know what you're hitting. You're just swinging at whatever is around. But you got a Magik right here, though. So right here, you had a Magik who's like right in front of you. And look at where she goes. She's like right here in the back of the team. So basically right now, as a melee DPS, you either want to try to take an off angle, so like go around here, and then try to engage her right back here, because you can see the healers and everyone's focused up here. So if you're like at this angle over here, you could basically try to get a pick here without getting owned by their whole team. Like, the thing you don't want to do is go in the middle here and engage this Hulk head on, and then be focused down on their whole team, because that wouldn't end well for you. So let's just see what happens next. Alright, so you're trying to get the squid. That should not be your concern. Your concern, that should be left to you. You got two ranged DPSs. You literally have a Punisher. That should be his job. Punisher's job should be to shoot squids and also shoot Groot walls if they have a Groot. Okay, so I don't know, the only time you should use a throw is during like a combo, in the middle of a combo, or if you're just trying to charge ult, but throwing it at a Hulk who has a shield doesn't really make much sense. You're not getting much value out of the throw. You're better off holding that charge and then hitting one of their squishies. That's what you should do. And then also what you should be doing as well, notice how you're not using your portals here? Like, what you should be doing to engage is you should be using your portal or your limbo disc and then popping a demon on this Hulk. And then just not using your dash combo, but just helping your Emma on the front line take down the Hulk. Because the demon can absolutely shred Hulk very easily. That's what you should be doing. But right now you're in a very bad position, and the reason why you're in a bad position is because your healers are here, right? One healer is here. She can't heal you because you're LOS'd. So you're stuck with a Mantis who's probably focus healing the Emma, and she's probably not going to end up trying to heal you. And even if she does land a heal on you, Mantis heals are incredibly weak. So she's probably not going to be able to put enough heals on you to out heal all this focus DPS. Okay, so again, this was a terrible, not a good decision to make. You're, you got, no. Well, actually, this ain't bad. Let's see if you can get a pick on the over here. You got this Magik who's like one shot. I would have tried to pick off this Magik, and then have your team push in for a 5v5 actually, because you're down a man. So if you take one of them down, you get to keep an even neutral fight. But instead, you do this. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this in neutral. You're better off placing a demon, like right here on this Atom, and then just and then he's most likely gonna back up, and then you're in cooldown. Your charge is on cooldown. Okay. Yeah, I would while strafing. Approach him while strafing, because guys at this rank don't have good aim, unless it's a Smurf, but I don't think he's a Smurf, and then just like take him down. That will force your Mantis to turn around and focus heal Atom, and the Magik's not going to be able to engage because she's going to end up getting killed if she does. And then you can apply pressure in their backline while your team gets to take down the Iron Man and the Hulk and push forward. Alright, so you missed. No big deal. And you gotta pick on the Magik, which is nice. Okay. Now you see the problem here, right? You got no limbo discs, and you're in the middle of their entire team, which means if you are and you're half health, and you got the Adam Warlock focus firing on you. And I think you got the Mantis focus firing on you too, so... Now the Namor is going to want you dead. He's got a squid shooting at you, so if he lands one trident on you, you're basically dead. Okay, and... Yep, you get finished off. It was a bad play. You probably shouldn't have dived in like that. So that was a positioning problem, so that's something that can easily get fixed. Alright. So you guys are still at spawn. Let's see what happens next. Alright, that was a nice throw right there. What I like, always use your throws when you can, because this will allow you to charge up your ultimate. One thing that you gotta not do is waste your dash. You only use your dash if you're confident you can land it in a combo, or if you're using it to escape. But you don't do it to engage like this. That's actually bad. You don't want to do this. And you just miss your sword swings, and then... Now, fortunately, your team's their team's not focused firing on you, because if they were, you'd be dead. So this is an instance where you got away with it. Okay, now you got an Iron Man. There's not much you could do about the Iron Man, but I think you're gonna try something. You got overzealous there. One day you'll be able to pull this off. With enough practice, you'll be able to do it. But right now, you just gotta be like, yeah, no, I'm still learning her. Even I consistently miss my dashes against Iron Man and Flares, so it's hard. It's definitely hard. You would have been better off letting your Punisher or Scarlet Witch take care of that Iron Man, and then you tried to do it yourself. Oh yeah, I mean, right now, I would unless you're like low in health, I would be helping your Emma. Like you got your Mantis literally just popped her ult, I think. Yeah, so she popped her ult. You guys should all be pushing forward. But instead, you're like limbo dashing back and using the slash instead of the demon, which would melt the Hulk. So use more demon. That's the best thing you could do. If you see any more squids just lying around, limbo disc, demon. That's all you need to melt his squid is his demon. One demon is enough. And again, you engage with a dash. And then you're not taking any hits. Like, when you have to learn how to take risks when you're playing Magik. Magik is a dive, right? She's a dive character. Now, granted, you're not going to be able to survive if you're out here. But look at this. You have this opening up here. And if you have a dash, which is a 6-second recharge, you could dash up here, and then you can go around this corner, and look at all these openings you got too. You could look at this mantis. If you were over here, you can easily dive this mantis. She's probably not going to land her sleep combo. You could take her down. Adam's a free kill. They're all focused on the Emma. So this is the perfect opportunity to flank and take an off angle. So that's something that you got to do. So that's something to consider, I think. Alright, so Emma's dead. That means they're going to push. So I think what your team has to do is you guys have to hold or get back.
Maximum pulse!
Iron Man just completely whiffed his ult. But that was good. You played it safe. But then you frontline, which is no-go. You go up there and you teleport, you limbo disc up front, while you're and then you melt it. Like, this is a big note. This is definitely something you don't do. Magik is good as in the frontline if you're with a tank and they're focused on the tank. But but you don't actually frontline yourself. That's how you die like that. So that was just a bad choice. Okay, so now your team is taking a lot of damage, but it's even now. That's just unfortunate. Now the problem with Magik is she's got a lot of bad matchups. So you can see that they got an Iron Man, they got a Namor. These two characters alone pretty much counter Magik. This guy's a flyer, and he's probably targeting you. Actually, yeah, you're literally right in front of Emma, so yeah, you're gonna get hard targeted by the whole team. That's why you got deleted right there. You're literally in front of your tank, and you're only 250 HP, and they're now gonna all target you. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. I saw an Adam hit you that like almost deleted you, and then I think Iron Man finishes you off. Nah, that Magik just hits you right in the dome. I mean, not the Magik, the Mantis hits you right in the dome, and you're basically dead. Okay, so right now they pop their ult. Okay, so right now, this is popping your ultimate right here was bad. Why? You only want to pop ultimate when the other team's distracted on someone else. But who are they distracted on? This Emma? Like, look at their team right now. As soon as they heard you pop your ultimate, what do? They are basically looking around like, okay, where's the Dark Child at? And who do you focus on? Who do you focus on? Okay, so now fortunately the Mantis is understands the assignment, which is why. So she basically, that ultimate right there basically bailed you out. You miss your dash, should be like that. Alright, so so basically you know how to limbo disc and slash. That's good. But now, so that actually turned out being a pretty good ult, and you actually I don't know if you noticed or not, but you landed your dash on the Iron Man, which is good. But then you died in the Namor. Like, you were literally, like, low on health. You should limbo, and you had limbo disc, right? Yeah, you had one charge limbo disc. You should have limboed back, I don't think it would have mattered because this magic would have finished you off, but should have limbo disc over here. And did you have a dash? Yeah, you had a dash too. So limbo disc and dash to get that health pack instead of engaging that Iron Man. Now your team is, well, your team's probably gonna win anyways because it's oh yeah. So you guys clean up. You guys clean this up, I think. Alright, I don't think I need to watch this. You guys capture point. Iron Man's by himself. And he tries to solo ult here. He fails miserably. Okay, but what you should have done is you should have went back. You should not have engaged with that Hulk. I think that was just bad awareness of the map, I think. But you had a health pack right here. And if Iron Man tried to follow you in this narrow tunnel, he would have been an easy kill. So, definitely a bad move on your part. When you're low in health, you can go to your healers, go to your back line, get healing from them, or find a health pack. Don't engage in front line with a Hulk. Not a good idea. Alright, so basically it looks like your team is just getting walked right here. But like I don't know what you're doing right here. It looks like you're just watching your team getting wrecked. Like what you should have done was you should be constantly diving, going in their back line, trying to pick off their healers. If they don't have healers and not getting heals, your team should have an easy time wiping them out. It's almost like a guarantee for them. But instead, you guys are literally camping in spawn. Well, I see somebody switch to Namor. I don't know why. You guys aren't getting dived by anyone. You guys are not getting dived by anyone, so I don't know why Namor is here. But they have an advantage here. Their Namor has an advantage because their Namor has the Hulk team up, which allows them to have Gamma Squids, whereas your Namor does not have that. Now, what he should have picked was Psylocke, because she gets a really good team up with Emma. Unfortunately, not many people know how to play Psylocke, so... And again, no demons, and you have no limbo discs. Like, you don't ever burn all your discs like that while you're in the middle of a... what do you call? How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have their entire team right there, and you burn all your limbo discs. And I guarantee you're gonna burn your dash. You're gonna try to land your dash combo, I bet. Like, what you should have immediately dashed away. You should have immediately dashed, like, over here, right? So that way you can go around the corner. Or you should have dashed this way, actually, right next to your Mantis. So you can get the health pack right here. That's what you should have done. But yeah, I mean, instead you decide you're still frontlining your whole team. Again, there's no value. You're not getting any value from doing the combo on a Hulk, but fortunately your Scarlet Witch was able to pick off 3 people with her ult, so, you know, that works in this elo, but it's not going to work once you're past the silver, believe me. Alright, you picked off the Mantis to kill, so your team should be pushing, which is what they're doing. Their magic missed their dash on you, which is good. But then you missed your dash, and look at where you're at. You have no dashes, and you are basically in the back of their spawn with your healers. Literally all the way back here, you got Mantis and Rocket on the objective. They're over here. This is where your team's at. Your Namor's right here. Your Emma is all the way over here, so if she gets starts taking damage, she's not going to be able to get healed. And you, the 250 HP squishy, are all the way over here. Now you got a health pack over here, so if you know how to navigate it, that won't be a problem. But, I mean, just so you know, the positioning here is not that good. Not that they have good positioning either, they're staggering, so that's working in your favor, but if they were not staggering, they were all together, you would literally melt instantly. And you're just missing your sword slash, if you like that. But now you got their magic, and that magic's got a healer, so you're at a disadvantage, so hopefully you end up disengaging, or you gang behind, or hopefully you disengage, and you go right, and you go right next to your Scarlet Witch, who's about to get pummeled by this Hulk. Okay, so now you still engage. You have no discs, no dash. This magic probably has all that stuff, and she's got 2 healers. She's got 2 healers. You got 0 healers. Your healers are nowhere to be found. They're all the way in Narnia. They're literally in another continent away. That's where right next to that freaking fox thing. They're right next to the freaking giant squirrel. Behind this giant door. And this magic's got 2 healers right there. Who do you think's gonna win that exchange? I'm just hoping that you don't pop your ultimate. Okay. You're gonna do your you as soon as you hit your limbo disc, you grab your one and then you do this. Like, dude, you gotta start using your demon, bro. Your demon. If you pop your demon right here. This is the best place to put your demon because it's got a large range. It would finish off this Adam Warlock, and this Mantis will be taking a shit ton of damage trying to heal her teammate. Not that you should even be here by yourself in the first place, because your team's nowhere to be found. You're probably gonna die here. Like right here, you're probably gonna get 1 pick on this Adam Warlock, and then you're gonna die. Yep, like I said, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it, because now their team is going to just push forward. And they are going to basically finish off your team. Alright, hopefully you guys are in overtime, so this is your final fight. So hopefully, okay, so he has no squids, right? But he has a Bucky. You start your engage with a Bucky. That's a terrible idea. Okay, now their magic pops Dark Child. So I'm just wondering when are you going to pop your Dark Child? You lost the healer. Your Rocket's running for her life. You're about to lose Emma. You landed a dash on Dark Child, but what next? So you held on to ult. You didn't pop your ult at all. You didn't pop ult. You didn't go on cart. You just you held on to your ultimate, hoping it carries over in the next round, but it won't. So that easily could have been winnable. Yeah, easily could have, and they were focused on the other team the whole time. So you could have popped your ultimate, picked off their squishies, and you could have easily have turned the tide in that fight. So you you did kind of troll right there. So let's see. Like, I know you lost this one. There's a lot of reasons why, and I understand the reasons why, but I just want to see just the beginning of the defense round to see how, like, you play defense. Okay, so you're gonna hold point right here. For some reason, this wand is standing right there. She's gonna get picked off very easily. That's like terrible positioning on her part, but that's why she plays Wanda. And nobody ended up focus firing her, so I'm surprised by that. Okay, so you're not playing around cover. You're literally playing in their line of sight. What you should be doing is you should be frontlining. Oh, you got 2 tanks now. You're right in front of your. Okay, so right here. But this is a positioning problem. They have 1 tank. You got 2 tanks. Now look at where your tanks are. 1 tank's here. The other's over here. You, Mr. 250 HP, Squishy, you're right in front of them. So who do you think they're gonna focus fire next?
Anyone willing to help?
And so you almost paid for that. You almost paid for that. Hulk's got 800 HP, and he can get melted very fast if he tries to frontline with no protection. And he's got like triple your HP. So what do you think will happen to you? Okay, so you go for a flank. But they got a Johnny Storm now, which is not good for you. The Johnnies are now focus firing on you. You got a squid right in front of your face that's empowered by Gamma. And you limbo disc right where the whole team is at. Where you easily could have what you could have just done right here is you could have just limboed, put a demon right there to kill the squid, and then limboed right backwards, and then dash towards this health pack to heal yourself and run back to your team. That way you could have killed the squid that was hurting your front line and you'd still be alive. But instead you literally limbo disc forward trying to do your combo, miss it completely, and then you get picked off. Surprisingly you didn't get picked off, but that's what should have happened. Okay, so, like, I don't know why you're sitting here with no health. I don't get that. Like, you got a health pack literally right here. And behind you. You got 2 health packs right near you. But you're just sitting right behind this wall. Fortunately, this Mantis notices you right there, so she heals you. But now she wastes a leaf on you when you could have picked up a health pack, instead of her Magneto and her Emma that's taking massive amounts of damage by their entire team. Okay, so I don't know why this invisible woman decides to just frontline. Now this Wanda decides to frontline. And since your other DPS are doing it, you're figuring, why don't I do it as well? And again, you're only focusing on one angle, the angle that everyone's looking at. Like, you are technically a dive DPS. You should be focused on angles that they cannot see. You should be going around here. If you go around here, their backline's right there. And it's the same thing if you fucking just go around here. Like, if you just walk a little bit, right? And you take this route, not many people expect a flank from this route. Look at what you could do. And this is even better because their Johnny Storm's not even focused. He won't be able to see you. He's focused up here. He's looking up here. He ain't gonna see you coming from back here. And this Adam Warlock is in perfect position to gain flanked. Land your combo, delete him, and then just get out of there before they even know what hit him. And now they're down a healer. But instead, you're coming over here with 2 limbo discs, just primary firing their squid. And then again, no demon. So you gotta so I already know, like, the feedback I'm already gonna give. Well, I'm not gonna mention it anymore because I think it's pretty obvious. And again, you know, you're just going up front. Mantis pops her ultimate. Okay, you don't do the melee attack. You missed the thing entirely. Now she pops her now their Mantis pops their ult, which means you guys have to get back. And for some reason you guys aren't going back. Nice dash on the Johnny Storm, but you get nothing out of that, and now you're in their back line with no dash, little HP, and one limbo disc, which ain't gonna help you. And now you have nothing. And you're basically dead. So there was just no need to die right there. All of that could have been easily avoidable, and that served no purpose as well. Okay, so you guys are all dead, they get the point. And I have a feeling that this is just going to be the same thing this whole time, so I'm not going to bother watching the rest of this, because I already know how this ends. So here's what you should be doing. First of all, whenever you engage with a tank, what you should be doing is you should be... Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of my cooldown for a moment. Okay, so you got this tank right here. What you should be doing is this. Demon. And then every time you primary fire, it should be a primary fire followed by a melee attack. If you have a mouse with side buttons, then I would map the side button to that. But that's what you should be doing. Limbo Disc, Demon, look how much damage you're doing, and look how much ult charge you're building up. Like, so you want to position yourself right next to your tank, and that's what you want to do. Apply pressure. Your point is to brawl alongside your tanks, their tanks, so that their healers are forced to get out of position to focus heal their tank that's taking damage. And then once they do that, and let's just say their healer's right there and they come to heal, that's when you limbo disc. Sorry, I don't have my button map properly, but that's kind of the idea. That's like Magik's whole game plan right there, is to do that. And then after you get the kill, immediately get back, set Demon, and then walk away. Because if they try to flee, if they try to chase you, they're going to take hits, and then when they take hits, you're going to end up getting more shields, and that's going to improve your survivability slightly. So that's the whole game plan of Magik. So that's the number one. Number two is do not go in. Do not try to 1v6 or frontline their team. That's a mistake that you've been making a lot, and I think most of your deaths have come from that. Also, your abilities. Make sure if you're engaging with the enemy, you always have at least one limbo disc. So right here, you're like engaging. You're engaging. The only time you should ever use your dash is if you know you can land your combos. You have a squishy right here, so let's just say you have that, right? And then you do that, and then you can limbo disc away, pop demon, and then get away. Or if you have your dash to cover, dash to safety, and then get back with your team, or continue to dive their back line. That's what you gotta do, and also play around health packs too. Don't always depend on your healers to heal you, pick up health packs. And then just practice the very basic bread and butter combo that Magik's got. And then lastly, when you pop ultimate, do not pop it right where the enemies can see you. Instead, pick a place where they can't see you. Like go up here, like for an example, come up here. They're all focus fire on your teammates right there. Engage. And then, you know, do your thing. And then when your thing's about to expire, just get away and then know that your cooldown's all reset afterwards as well. So if you need to dash away, you have to your dash. So you can just dash away to get yourself to safety. But yeah, that's basically all you have to do. You just have to play smart and then focus on survival first and foremost. If you have the opportunity to secure a kill, take it. But if you don't force it. Because at the end of the day, if you die, you're feeding the enemy team ultimate charges. You're putting your team in a 5v6 situation, and you're basically gonna end up costing your team the game. So that's basically it. I think that these tips will also help other bronze players as well who are playing Magic. So I would definitely stick with those tips. I think if you follow those tips, you should easily get out of. I think that, and they should at least take you to gold, maybe even platinum. I think they'll take you to platinum if you practice enough. I think you can get platinum. So definitely try them out, and you should see improvements.